can be
All
really
right,
good, but
so
I'm not sure
what's
they
up,
have
Clutch
that
Gang?
real
At
foundational
tip-off.
superstar player. Very few teams do, quite honestly.
2K video. We're
Still,
here
for a
at
team that
tip-off.
hasn't had a winning
Get the
season
best out
over
of the
5 years,
Kumbo.
I think just winning ball games becomes the most important thing.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And
Just know you guys
looking
aren't
at who
going
they
to get
got.
the full
Parker
game.
and Monroe together
You get most
inside.
of it.
Prez out there with
Probably.
Young. And it's
I don't
Antetokounmpo
know.
in at the small forward position. Al Gordon. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo from deep. Payton kicks to Vucevic. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Orlando on D. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And we've talked about
Corner.
how in the NBA you've
Going
got
for
to
that
earn your
corner
points the hard
specialist,
way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them. No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against the defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Here's Prez. The shot misses. Great D that time from Payton. To the inside. Here's Vucevic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Alright, well,
And
yeah, you
Nikola
guys probably
Vucevic
aren't going to
wanted
get the
to
full
play the
game,
Both of
but
his parents
you'll
played
get
professionally.
the
They
rest
met in a gym.
of what I
And his
can
father
record.
played in Europe for 24 years, so you can't run away from the DNA.
And Vucevic with that basketball upbringing, guys. You see that in his skill level, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can score on the block over either shoulder. He can step out and make the face-up jump shot as well. He's a good passer. Offensively,
Oh yeah, I forgot to
there's
mention
not
my
much he
archetype.
can't do as a
My
big guy.
guy archetype
Knocked away.
is a
It's
sharpshooter.
stolen by Prez. And now the pass break. Prez with the ball. Well, you go around the league and talk to players, and a lot of them are in close touch with Prez. Surprising to see such a well-connected young player.
It began with his time, I believe, playing for USA, and he's kept those relationships intact during his NBA career. Prez knows the value of reaching out to others and really just picking their brain.
Now here's Prez. 32 points for him last game against Toronto.
And it just wasn't about the offense. I mean, he was racking up the steals and taking advantage of some sloppy play by the opponent.
The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Yeah,
And
I
taking
don't.
a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%. And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Now, here is Young. It's rebounded by Payton.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. He got an advantage there off the
Oh,
pick
they
and
gotta
took
play
it right in.
defense. Come on now.
Vucevic has got
Come
5
on.
points so far.
Come on. Come on now.
Here's Prez. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
That wasn't
That's a
bad
look
shot.
you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Payton outside. It's stolen by Prez. Now the Bucks moving it up. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot
boy.
2.
I just love
I
the
wasn't expecting
tenacity that
that.
Prez displays, going straight into the heart of the D there and drawing the foul.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Biyombo is checked in for Vucevic. Green comes in for Gordon. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Henson's checked in for the Bucks. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. No one near Prez as he lets it go.
Ooh, I
Good,
thought
and the
I
assist
missed that.
goes to Middleton. Nice release there from Prez to knock down the triple.
I love his form. I mean, it's so repeatable and clean in terms of the release. Just great stuff from Prez.
Now here's Ross. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Washington.
And defensively, guys, he was just all over the place, forcing turnovers and applying terrific ball pressure.
Man, no substitute for aggressiveness, and Parker displaying it right there.
Probably only be
Seeing his
able to
space
see
attack the hoop.
a little bit of the second quarter. Yeah, you'll probably only be able to see a little bit of the second quarter. My bad.
Love the energy, fellas. I really do. got to keep it up and stay focused.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer.
Yeah. Okay. For some reason.
Milwaukee leading by 10. You look back on the history of the Bucks, and it's just so rich with some of the biggest names in NBA history. So many great names that got their start or played some great basketball at one time or another for the Bucks.
Well, two of the biggest names in the history of the game. I mean, when you talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Big O, Oscar Robertson, you don't get any bigger than those two names. You also have some of the great two guards that have played in this league, Ray Allen and Sidney Moncrief. You get the feeling that a few of the current players could end up being viewed as all-time great Bucks as well, particularly Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jabari Parker certainly have the ability to maybe get to that ring of honor in Milwaukee.
On the court for the Bucks, Parker and Monroe together inside.
I was thinking about
Young is
getting
up there with
traded,
Perez,
but
and it's Antetokounmpo. And at the 3, the
pretty
small
sure
forward.
I'm gonna stay here for this season, for my rookie season.
Fournier with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against Washington.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Perez with the bucket.
Oh,
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other
He
thing that's
put
been
up an
equally
ISO.
as effective is the
You
fact
get
that
clamped
they've gotten
up.
out on the fast break. A lot of points
getting
coming
clamped
in transition.
up.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Perez.
No, I missed the dunk.
And again,
I'm
Giannis
done.
Antetokounmpo.
I'm absolutely
They
done.
settled
Bro.
into a nice groove offensively here in the
Oh, yeah.
second.
Yeah,
Let me
and
get
that field goal
Let me
percentage
get that.
zooming
Let me
upwards
get
is
that.
now
Dunk
above
on Eric
50%,
Gordon.
which
And
is
one.
pretty
And
strong.
one.
And of the last 6
And one
baskets,
hit.
5
Supposed to dunk
have
on Eric
come
Gordon, but
on
Aaron
the interior.
easy.
This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
The Bucks shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. And the Bucks are a team that really doesn't rely on the three-pointer. They're looking to get to the rim and attack it whenever they get a chance.
And that flies in the face of conventional wisdom in this day and age. The Bucks actually were dead last in attempted threes last season by a wide margin. Several teams in the league took twice as many threes as the Bucks did, and part of it is because the Bucks aren't that great at making threes. Not terrible, but their personnel doesn't lend itself to a lot of three-point shots.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we know Mario Hezonja is a sharpshooter out of Croatia, and some say he was the cockiest player from that 2015 draft class. He once said, "I've never had respect to anybody on a basketball court. I don't care. Whether it's a veteran or a young player standing in front of me, I always have the same goal. I want to run over everybody." Kevin?
What a quote. He is not shy. Thanks, D.A. Parker passes to Perez. Misses in close.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Gordon dishes to Vucevic. Biyombo kicks to Gordon. And it's off from three-point range. Bucks leading by 20. Here's Parker. And it's Biyombo with the rebound.
That's what we call good defense in the paint.
Let me know in the
It's weak
comment
and low.
section what
It
other games do
absolutely
you guys
is, and
want.
maybe even more than that.
to
I
see
mean,
me
you saw it
play.
right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Yo,
Gordon
what
the
other
pass to
games?
Biyombo. Clock at 6. Fournier for 3. Good D by Parker.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over
I don't
on
have
his
0
own and
rebounds.
really
0
build that lead up.
You know, he relishes
I'm
doing
done.
that, too. I mean, I've watched him in the past. He loves
But
to
yeah,
make the
guys,
opponent
that'll be the
feel
end
the
of
pain
this one.
because of how good he's playing.
Catch y'all
And
in the
one
next
half,
one.
it hasn't even